Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel.
Car number 05
This is
in the inside
what
column.
I'm going to call my last race for Season 1 2022, for everything that's being scored under that. This is Super Late Model Open Series here at Concord Speedway for Week 12. I am going to be ungodly slow. Plan is to hopefully not go more than a lap down. Based on practice, I was running like lap times that were 2 to 3 tenths slower than what everybody else was running. So I chose not to qualify. Car number 13 out of 17, we actually have 16 in the session. One did not join at all, so I am starting 15th out of 16 on track. Chose to just start the back so that way I wouldn't be in the way of people getting, run over or anything like that. Just want to try to follow people as best as I can, and hope that people wreck and I can avoid that, gain positions. It's not been how this week has worked out, unfortunately, for the most part, but certainly going to try to do the best that I can. And my only goals are just to not spin and to, if somehow, see if I can stay on the lead lap. Don't know if that's going to happen, but certainly going to try. Hopefully, though, we're clean. We can go green for a lot of the laps. Concord is by far one of my worst short tracks, along with Oxford Plains. Just cannot figure out the line, how to drive it fast. And of course, open setup. I'm not real good at building these. Kind of took one from OSR and then just made some minor tweaks to it to kind of get to a personal driving preference in terms of field. So just going to be doing what I can to hang around in the back, and if I can be top 10's obviously not going to be a top half finish for iRacing game, but if I can be anywhere near that, I'll be happy. Don't think it's going to be anywhere near a top 5, so it's kind of riding around, taking it easy, making sure I've got the car under control. Don't want to lose it at all, and by doing that, it'll also in theory help save the tires a little bit. So try to take spots when I can, able to get by the 14 and the 15. Should in theory be able to get by them, so just kind of working my way around. You can already see how much slower the 10 and I are from the 5 who's moving his way up. But we're at least able to run clean and green, which has been a joy compared to some of the races I've run. Would love to get a 0x out of this, try to get the safety rating to rebound. If you saw the Truck Series race, I actually was able to gain like 0.05 of a point on safety rating, and lost quite a bit in iRating, so going to continue to lose iRating in this one, but it's more about just having some fun with Super Late Model, trying to get a clean race in, and then see what I could learn out of it. Working by the 10 to overshoot turn 3, so it's going to allow him to be able to get a run, potentially. Able to stay in front of him. Single split, we've got some big heavy hitters in this, some guys that are really fast at these, so that's why I said staying on the lead lap will feel like a win no matter where I finish. Probably going to need a caution in order to do that, but if we also go green, I end up a lap down, I will be okay with that. Just, 15.756 in this race is nowhere near fast enough. Got a wreck high and able to avoid that. So that's going to help, I guess, with the lead lap thing, but also flip side is that was pretty early on, so a couple spots that we'll get. I guess that's faster cars that are going to be behind me. I need people to wreck and damage their cars pretty bad, not just spin and barely tap the wall.
We're under caution. It's closed. Pits are open.
Get back up behind the 5. So that puts us in 9th right now. Certainly not where I expect to be based on speed. I would say probably the 9 and 12 get rolling again off of this restart should probably be a 11th place car. I think I am faster than the 10, but outside of that, certainly not real good otherwise. The only thing I can hope for is that somehow these guys absolutely shred their tires and then I can catch them that way. But I don't think when I'm 2 to 3 tenths off what they're running that's going to be the case. Best I can hope for is that I'm just running even with them by the end of the race. So really the only goal is just to try to keep it clean. See if I can pick up any free spots out of wrecks and maybe try to claw my way, you know, eighth or ninth. Probably would break me even an I rating, and if I can do that for once instead of continuing to lose I rating, I'd be okay with that. I think I'm down to like 2430 or something like that. Like, it's not very good. Not reflective of where I should be. Just had a lot of bad luck this week. A lot of wrecks that were not of my doing, and unfortunately, it's you know, kind of taking a hit. So, plan is to probably run a couple week 13 races. Not sure how many overall. Probably, I think I may try to make a foray into the GT3 fixed race at one of the tracks. Not sure. Haven't seen the full schedule because of some of the tracks not being updated with the release coming out. But may try to run one of those, have some fun with that, try GT3 in an official and see how it goes. Probably going to run at least a dirt one, whether it's street stock or UMP modified. Probably run one of those. I don't know, the only oval one, well, obviously going to run, going to try to run both the B Open and C Open, and see how that goes. Both of those will be, I don't think there's really too many updates to the B Open, but the C Open will be after they get it updated, and I've been able to spend some time and learn the new body and the aero.
Right, Jake, get ready.
Not sure. I think really the only other open one that I would think about, or the oval one, would be maybe the street stock. But street stock, if my safety rating's barely over 3.0, I'm trying to get license up. I don't know if I want to take that risk. So I don't know. We'll see. It may be a little bit more oval or road if I decide to do that. I know Radical's on there. May run one of those. I don't know. We'll see. But gonna get ready to go back to green. I'll stop talking about other stuff. Goal is just to yeah, try to get away. Got the 10 to the outside, or I thought I did. Not quite. 9's yeah, the 10 is to the outside. Just gonna stay low, try to get ahead of him. Kind of puts me in a bad spot entering in turn 3. It's one I like to take a little bit of higher entry into and then cut down, kind of late apex it. Able to clear the 10. You got the 10 and the 9 running side by side. 12's back a little bit, so not sure if he got more damage out of that spin or if he's just a bit slower. Trying not to overshoot turn 3, although I did there a bit. Goal is just to see if I can stay ahead of the 9 and the 10 now. If I can do that, then you know, at least it'll give me a shot at a little bit of a better finish. 11 seems to be a bit slower. We'll try to get to his inside. Not the right move there. Had a bit of a sketchy turn 3 there. Just got to reset, try to go. 9's probably going to be pushing his way too. Seems like I might be a bit faster than the 11, but not sure if he just made a mistake and that's the issue, or if we are actually faster. Gets a bit loose through 3. Well, what iRacing calls turn 5, what I call turn 3. So might have the pace to get by him, but obviously I think the 9 has the pace to get by me as well, so could be just an even trade there if I'm able to get by the 11. But gonna keep trying to drive my best, see if I can get back to the 11, try to get around him cleanly. Nice to get some more green flag laps in. Just trying to do what I can to keep it ahead. Like I said, feel like we're faster than the 10. So right now it seems like a 10th place finish. 12's not anywhere near as fast as I thought he would be off of the caution. Just not able to figure out the driving line for this, as well as the setup. These guys are just absolutely murdering me. I'm probably already almost a half lap down to the leader, but just doing what I can out here, trying to learn, have some fun. Really want to try to master these cars, both from a driving and a setup standpoint. So it's just going to take a lot of work, and you know, hoping that the series is going to be cleaner in the open side. A little bit of a wall brush there on the front stretch. We got smoke, one sliding. Looks like everybody gathered it up, so we're off still. Got one slow down low. That looks like the 5. Nothing gets into the wall on the front stretch. Went low, had to check up. 9's going to take that to his advantage to get by me. Just going to let him by. No reason in fighting him when he's been running on me. Just try to clear him through turn 3 so I get in front of the 10. Able to do that. That allows the 11 and all of them to pull away. Guess it's possible to I don't know. I don't think I can get back to the 11, but like I said, I feel like 9th could potentially be possible. The 11 seems to have more pace now. 12's working his way back up, so we could go back to 11th. Looks like 12 is just a bit slow to start and slides up in front of the 10. I feel like I'm just turning in too early on turn 3 compared to everybody else. I hit the wall big time there on the front stretch. Got on the throttle a bit too hard out of turn 3. Never really got to run too long of a run, so car definitely is going to be a bit interesting. 12 just dove inside, but then could not hold it on the bottom, so thankfully no instant points out of that contact. Don't think it really did anything either to the car. Was trying to let him by, he just drove it in hard and couldn't hold it, so no big deal though. Back to 11th. Leader's only 7 seconds back, so yeah, my goal of staying on the lead lap unless we get a caution is not going to happen. Just absolutely slow. Only goal right now is to stay ahead of the 10. Guess if I could not be the last car out on the track, I will be happy with that. 9's pulled away, 11's pulled away. It's probably going to be an 11th place finish, honestly, which is better than what iRacing expects me to do, so should take comfort in that, I guess. And like I said, so new to these things that, you know, I can't expect very much out of myself. It's my competitive nature to want to be, you know, up with everybody. Got the 14 up ahead who's slow. He was staying high to let everybody by. I get the wall again on the front stretch like an idiot, just getting on the throttle too late or too early. Drifting wide. Probably going to switch over to session last lap at some point if I can. See if I can clear the 14 here. He stays high. Thank you to him.
Clear up high.
Pulling away from the 10, so shouldn't be the last car out on the track.
Take 6.
Just trying to see if I can get back to the 12 at all. At least it seems like no matter what, I should finish ahead of where I started as well. Now I attack the wall later on in the straight because I continue to drive up.
Track temps increasing. It's now 109 Fahrenheit.
Overdrive it into turn 3 a little bit, kind of slide it. Able to save it though. Got the leader who's only 5 seconds back now.
16.08.
Seems to be spread out a bit. Everybody's kind of clean. You can see the difference in speed now. Got the 11, 9, and 12 up ahead. They seem to be quite a bit off from the rest of the pack, but I can't even get to them because I'm that far off as well, so... Wow, 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 wow. The wall, somehow don't get a 2x out of that. Just absolutely destroyed the wall there like an idiot. I'm going to switch over to session last lap, try to see if I can find some consistency and some reasonable driving, not that. Allowed the 3 up front to pull away. That also allowed the 10 to close in a little bit and gave too much time up to the leader. Not that I was going to be able to stay on the lead lap, but certainly going to try. We are halfway down. Nice to have only had 1 caution so far through the first 40 laps. Just barely brushed the wall there. Just need to do a better job of staying off. Slow the car down a little bit more through the corners. I think the setup's starting to get a bit tight. It's probably from me overdriving the corners. Just gotta make sure I do a better job of slowing it into the corners and letting the car roll through the corners instead of sliding. I feel like I'm overdriving turn 1 at least.
The gap behind is now 1.09.
A little bit of side-by-side between the 9 and the 12 up ahead. Not sure if that's going to result in any contact at all. I'm going to keep my eye peeled for smoke. Looks like they are going to be able to get it sorted out. 12 is going to take the inside line through 3 and able to clear the 9. 11's pulled away from them about a second and a half. I don't know, I'm certainly not likely going to be able to get to them, but I'm going to keep trying. At least put myself in a position if something does happen that, you know, I can try to get there. Otherwise, this is a big lesson in how you should drive super late models, not the way that I'm doing it.
Alan, ahead is now 1.35.
I have to be letting the one by here probably the next 2 or 3 laps. He is catching pretty quick. Downside is I think unless a caution comes out quickly, once I go a lap down, we're just going to be trapped a lap down for the rest of the race because I doubt I'm going to be able to get in front of these guys for a lucky dog spot. Just trying to drive the best I can. Got 30 to go with the leader being right behind us. Last thing I want to do is lose it in front of him. Get him by here into turn 1. It's very clear he's much faster, so no reason to run him hard at all. Just hope that we either get a caution quickly and I can get back on the lead lap, or I don't know.
Okay, Jake, we're in the lucky dog position. Let's see.
I feel like my problem is I'm just turning in too early on all these turns, and that's killing the momentum as well as stressing the right front compared to the leader.
Gap to Alan ahead is now 2.00.
Hit the wall again down the front stretch, climb the wall like an idiot. Somehow still able to avoid incident points.
16.38.
Just trying to adjust my line, see if I can learn anything, pick up some time. It's going to be a bit tougher, obviously, because I'm sure I've worn the right front out, but whatever I can do to learn and study from the faster guys is always going to benefit me. Get a little loose there through straight between 1 and 2, just on the throttle a bit too hard there. 14 coming up, I get the wall barely on the front stretch, gotta stay off of that. Just gonna drive a little more cautiously, a little more in control. So unfortunately, staying on the lead lap was not gonna happen. I kinda expected that though. If we got these long green flag runs, I was just so far off the pace, so hate that I'm gonna show you guys another slow finish this time, or bad finish this time. It's because I'm just flat out slow, not because of, you know, bad luck. Try to get by the 14 here going into turn 1. Be able to clear him, thank you to him. One was able to get by the 9. Let's see if I can close in on the 9 at all. As well as able to clear, or able to pull away from him.
Okay, Jake, we need to pass Alan to get the lucky dog position.
Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to be in the lucky dog unless we have a ton of cautions and everybody gets back on the lead lap. I get the wall again down the front stretch, just picked up the throttle too early out of 3.
16.30. Gap to Alan ahead is now 1.72.
Gap is closing ever so slightly to the 9. Not sure if we'll have enough time, but certainly going to give it my all, try to get to him. Trying to do a better job waiting so that I don't get into the wall on the front stretch again. Trying to keep the thing from sliding at all, keep as much momentum up as I can, not overheat the tires.
1.41.
Gap's definitely closed down to the 9. We've got the 2 coming up ahead, so probably turn 3 I'll try to let him by if possible. If not, I'll get it for him for turn 1 to the next lap. Gonna give it to him this time in turn 3. I'll give him some time to the 9 to get him by. Got the 6 also coming up behind as well. It's the point where I'm going to be constantly letting people by because these guys are all faster, so do the same thing. Get the 6 on by. I'm going to try to be as respectful as I can. I know how slow I am. Gave up quite a bit of time to the 9. Hopefully the 2 and the 6 can get to him before the end of the race, and I can try to make some of that time back up, but I think there's not enough laps. We've only got 14 to go, and I've got well over 2 seconds to pick up on him, so don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. It's looking like a 11th place finish, which again is better than where I'm supposed to finish and better than where I started, so was not the slowest car on the track in terms of speed, so I will take that. It's nice to run a super late model race, though, with this many green flag laps. That's not been the norm for me this season. Oh, very fun learning experience, even if it's been a thorough beatdown and an iRating torch, but hey, you lose one thing, you gain in another. It's still probably going to be a positive out of it. Mine seems like he's actually pulling away, so I probably overdrove the car at some point in the last few laps trying to get to him. Continually about a half second slower each, or half tenth slower each lap. And we're going to have the 3 and the 5 coming up relatively soon to let by as well. You can see closed a little bit up on the 9 with him having to let the 2 by. There's not enough laps left, and I'm going to have to do the same thing for the 3 and the 5 relatively soon, so try to get him this time by going into 1.
Coming up low side.
See if I can get both of them by me in turn 1. 5 kind of shoots up a little bit. I know I probably cut down a bit on him, but couldn't give him the entire track. Hit the wall again like an idiot. We've actually got the 1 showing back up on the relative. I don't think he'll get to us, though, before the end of the race. Gonna have 6 to go this time by. Yeah, it's embarrassing to be this slow for sure. Not fun, but you know, it's kind of how it is when you're in a new series that, you know, these guys run all the time and I barely run it. It's just kind of, I can't expect to jump into a car and just be that fast. Not that naturally gifted, unfortunately. I get the 8 by, he'll be the last one for a little bit, probably till the end of the race. Let them resume the battle. Just gonna stay back here, stay out of the way. 8 got really tight out of 4, pushed way up. Just gonna follow behind him both so I don't get in his way and B to get by the 14.
Outside line's clear.
We'll clear the 14.
Ahead is increasing. It's now 2.8 seconds.
3 to go. See, the 9's gonna get caught by having to let everybody by. I don't think I'll be able to get anywhere near him, though, even with that, but certainly gonna dig, do the best that I can. 2 laps to go this time by. 9's gonna be able to cut down in front of the 8. Certainly tightened up the gap quite a bit, but I just don't think there's enough time with 1 to go this time by.
White flag, 1 more lap. You have time to improve it. This is good.
So it's going to be an 11th place finish. Thorough beatdown, unfortunately. But hey, we went 80 laps with only 1 caution. I will gladly take that.
P11. Well done,
That
mate.
was nice to have. So, like I said, a lot of heavy hitters in this, a lot of guys that are really good. Probably a decent strength of field, and just not a good result for me. So, take a look. 80-85, yeah, it was definitely tight, for sure. I could feel that. That's probably how I was driving it. There's probably later entries, you know, kind of apexing a little bit later, probably would have been more efficient on the tires as well. So it could have been the setup, but I certainly was not helping things at all. So let's go take a look at the results, see how that is. Nice to finally get a race with a 0x in. It's been a little while since I've had one of those. A lot of it probably could have happened without bad luck happening. It was, like I said, single split 2780 strength of field, so stronger than me. I guess not strong compared to some of the early races that happened in this series that end up being SOP races, but not bad. 11, 12, and 9 raw laps down. I was just I wasn't near any of them. I was technically faster than 9 on the fast lap, and was catching them at the end. Just needed more time to be able to get to them, but 3/10 off the one's fast lap, and was almost 4/10 off the average lap too. So not much I could do there. Just got to do a lot of work to learn how to drive these things faster is the big thing, and then I got to do a little bit of setup learning as well. So hopefully that'll be one of the series I try to run for season 2, and try to hopefully see a lot of improvement from this point going to the end of that season. So managed to only lose 4 in iRating, so actually down to 2384. I was about 50 points off what I told you at the start of the video, but able to gain 0.17, so up to 2.7. Hopefully, between the B Open Series and the C Open Series that Phoenix can try to get 0x's out of those and see if I can get that above the 3.0. I think one good race out of that should get me that 4 point or that 0.4 bump as well, and should be able to put me in a better position. So not a very entertaining race, was not very competitive, didn't get a chance to really run around anybody. Was able to get by the 10 off the start at least, and finished ahead of a couple other drivers. So yeah, I guess kind of wasn't the slowest car, but was certainly not a good run at all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, though. Nice to get a clean run in. Nice to only have one caution for 5 laps. We ran 75 green. That's really great for this series. Really nice to have. So I will be doing a lot of work, try to get you guys better results in this, make it a little bit more enjoyable, at least try to run mid-pack or, closer to the top 3 if possible, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So feel free to leave any comments, any feedback if you've got driving tips for both this car, setup tips, or how to run Concord, in like this or late model or whatever. Would love to hear that from you guys. Just love to hear from you guys in general, and hopefully we'll get some more races out that will be a little bit more competitive, a little more enjoyable. So stay tuned for those, and until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.